Hello, Kennon. I'm Detective Kramer. This is Detective Turney. We work for the Pensacola Police Department.
You about Kennon?
Yes, sir.
Well, I have been talking with your mom all day, and she is very happy that you were okay. And she is looking forward to hearing from you. Okay? But, Kennon, I really want to talk to you about this. I want to hear your side of the story. I want to hear what's going on. But obviously, you're detained, so I'm required by law to read you your Miranda rights, all right? You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions, and you have a right to have him with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you free of charge before any questions if you wish. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you still have the right to stop at any time. You also have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk to a lawyer. All right, Kennon, the reason we brought you here is because clearly we want to hear your side of the story. I do know that I've read your letters, and I understand what your letters say. So I want you to tell me what brought you to where we are today, and what caused you to do what you had to do. I know your mom told me you're a wonderful guy. Everyone I've talked to today has told me you're a great guy. And this something must have really triggered you.
Too good a guy. I gave my heart away, and it just.
To Carla?
I don't bother anybody, man. I don't go around harming people. I don't.
Tell me what she did.
I really don't. I don't know. I feel bad about. Damn.
All right, so
I just love to. I think it's not what she did, is what I did. I ended up loving her more than I loved me.
I think your mom made that same comment, that you were crazy about her.
We were good. Yeah. I don't know. And then my daddy died, my auntie died. It's all 2022 has just not been my year. I think ever since my dad died, I don't know. They were trying. I know my mama's hurt.
She's happy that you're alive. And she can talk to you every day. That's what she's happy about.
Not in person.
Well, not every day in person, but she didn't talk to you every day in person before this. She talked to you on the phone?
I was living with her.
Yeah?
We were living together.
But that was temporary. But before that, when you were living with Carla, you didn't see her every day.
No, I didn't see her every day.
She did tell me she was pissed off this morning you called her so early, but then she wished she had talked to you. Because she said, you know I don't talk on the phone this early in the morning. So, Kennon, there's several things that I want to talk to you about, okay? Because there's some other people that got drawn into this, and I need to discuss that issue with you, okay?
Go ahead.
And it is,
Real quick, what time did you call your mama this morning? Was it before or after?
I really couldn't tell you. I don't. Hold on, I'm trying to think. I don't think I called my mama this morning. I woke up at 4:30.
well, she said you called her.
at 5.
She said
It may have been 4 o'clock, 4:30.
And she didn't think nothing of it at the time. But do you know if you called her before or after you went to the gym?
No. It had to have been before.
Okay.
So how long had you had that rogue?
What road?
Or that knee Nissan, what is it, Juke or Kicks or whatever that Nissan you were driving, the blue car?
I rented it out yesterday, last night.
Because your neighbors saw it this morning early, and they were freaked out about it, you know what I mean? They were like, I've never seen that car before.
Why would they be freaked out?
I don't know, because it's a strange car in the neighborhood. And then I think they saw you leave 4:30, something like that, when you left this morning.
Yeah.
So was going to the gym early like that something?
I always go to the gym at 4:30 in the morning. Yeah, I've always been doing it. Me and Carla, we used to go together. 4:30.
And y'all had together?
When we were living together, we used to wake up same time going to the gym about 4 o'clock. Because I had to be to work at 5.
Gotcha. And you were driving a truck?
Yeah, I'm a CDL driver.
What caused you to lose that job?
I never lost it.
You never lost it? So you just, well, we talked to Wesley earlier. He thought that you had lost your job or whatever, said that you were talking to your boss yesterday on the phone?
Mm-hmm. He said my job is good. I was waiting till court. And, yeah, I never lost my job.
You just weren't going to work every day, or?
This is my mindset. I was going through what I was going through, and the last time I worked, we back trucks up, and I hit a mailbox, and I normally don't do that. I said that could have been a kid or something. I mean, I just think it's dangerous. With my mind wasn't in the right spot to do what I do. And we drive, we tote trusses that are hanging off. The truck, the side of the truck and the trusses are hanging off.
Roofing trusses, right?
Yes, roofing and floor trusses.
Well, God bless you for having that caution. How long had you not been going? That was the question I meant to ask.
About a week.
So just a week. What had hit you really hard recently this week? Just everything coming on you? Your auntie, your pops?
Oh, no. Well, my pops, that's been on me, but my aunties, yeah, but no, I'm not going to use that as an excuse. It's just
Do you know the outcome of what happened today? Has anybody told you?
Mm-mm.
She didn't make it. She's not alive anymore.
What pushed you over the edge to go in there with a gun like that, man? That's kind of what we're building to. What got you to the point where you had to go in there with a gun?
I'm trying to read between the lines of what you wrote, but I'm trying to understand that's what I'm reading between the lines. Because you don't really say it when you wrote to your mom, but you just you inferred.
It's hard. Okay, you said what now?
What was leading you up to being on the edge like this?
I have no kids, and I wanted kids. I wanted to get married, and she actually said the same thing. She told me that. We wanted to get married. We went down to we even went to a fertility doctor, seeing if we can have kids and all that. She played like her credit card wouldn't work. Credit card. I said, okay, I got it. Because we were gonna go in half. I said, no, I got it. It was $300. She was there for me when my dad died. But her family, my dad. Okay, I got to backtrack. Thanksgiving, we went to her people's house in Chipley. She lives in Chipley, Campbellton.
Yep, gotcha.
My dad had a good time. All of us had a good time.
Oh, so your father and everybody traveled to Chipley?
Yes, all of us went to Chipley. Me, my mom, my dad, her mom, her dad, her sister, and even her brother. We had a good time, man. We had a breakup Thanksgiving. And it wasn't even a physical breakup. I've never been one to put my hands on. It wasn't a physical physical breakup. But after that, we end up, all right, long story short, we end up getting back together. My dad died. My dad got real sick Christmas. We were supposed to go to Atlanta for Christmas. We got into a heated argument in her truck. It just, man, it bothers me. It bothers me you saying she didn't make it. God damn. I don't know what the fuck I was. Okay, but I think if I'd have known that, I'd have killed myself.
If you didn't know what?
She didn't make it.
Well, I mean, the only logical outcome when you, because you went in there and you didn't have any bullets left in the gun when you were done, right?
I don't know. I have no earthly idea what I was doing.
Well,
I was drinking. I didn't even sleep last night. I was just drinking. I was miserable. I was heated. I was literally drinking all night.
But you remember going to the gym, right?
Yes.
And we could see that you confront her and you start talking to her, and she's just like not having it. She's walking away from you. Do you remember what y'all were talking about?
She said, trying to think. I remember she had on pink.
Yes.
She said, what did she say? She said, Kennon, it wasn't nothing not pleasant. I'm trying to think what she said. She said, Kennon, yeah, she was in the left side of the gym. She was coming this way. What? I can't remember what she said. I just couldn't. Whatever she said, I just.
What made you pull your gun out? Just the thought of you guys not being able to be together anymore, or?
Take your time, man. Take your time. We want to understand it. We do.
I'm not one of these cocksuckers that sit around and just abuse women and happy about doing what I did and all that. God damn.
Listen, bro. Seriously, we have talked to so many people that were in your life today. All right, like Detective Kramer was saying, there's not one person that said that you were a bad guy. This has them floored, man. They can't believe it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't disbelieve anything that you're saying. I'm just trying to comprehend. You know, you guys met at the gym on your. I mean, you obviously went there.
That's where we met at.
Because you knew she would be there, right? And okay, so your relationship started there as well.
I didn't. Yeah, you're right.
So you went in there to talk to her, or to confront her, or to do something, right? And I mean, my gut tells me that you initially didn't want to go in there and just start firing rounds at her. You know what I mean? But something pushed you over.
She has a neighbor. The neighbor that was in the car with us going to Atlanta. We came back. You remember I told you the neighbor that was in the car?
Mm-hmm.
She told me that she had seen another car over Carla's house, and my mind was playing tricks on me. I was thinking that Carla had somebody else.
She had moved on to another person.
Yeah, but I don't think she did.
Did you mention that to her this morning?
I don't know. No,
mentioned
I
that
didn't
to
even
her
get a
before?
chance to. I didn't even get a chance to. My mind just played tricks on me.
Do you know if you wrote the notes before or after you came from the gym?
It was after. I do know that. I left it on, and I left like $1,100, $1,200, $1,300 on there too. And I left that really for my mom.
Yes. And we'll give it to her. We're gonna give it.
Please do.
Yes.
But what got you to that point this morning, bro?
My mind playing tricks on me.
So you thought
Thinking that she had, yes.
You thought she had somebody else? Did you ask her about it?
I can't talk to her. I couldn't talk to her.
Because she kept walking away from
We
you?
had, no, well, she had a restraining order.
Right.
Yes.
But this
But we
morning,
had one on each other.
but this morning you still went to the gym knowing she was there, right?
Yes.
And you confronted her.
I wouldn't say confronted her. I was trying to talk to her. And she was just dismissive.
Was that what put you over the edge? Just that she was not respecting you, or?
Possibly. A little bit of everything, man. I have just a little bit of everything.
Because it seems like...
I don't know what y'all want me to do. I mean, God knows I don't want the woman to die. I didn't. Although I wanted us, as of right now, I wanted us to be in fucking Las Vegas right now, gambling in a hotel together, having a good time. But it just didn't work out that way.
Can you explain to me what the letter meant when you were saying, that her family...
Now, I will say this. I felt like when my dad died, her family disrespected him.
Yes, that's what you were saying in the letter.
They disrespected my dad. They didn't even send my mother a letter, a card. They didn't come to the funeral. They didn't do anything. At least I will say Carla came to the funeral and she was supportive of me. I will say that about her.
Had y'all been on your temporary split when he passed away?
You know what?
Or were y'all still together?
We broke. Okay. We were going up there Christmas. My dad died 2 days after Christmas. We were going up there. It was Christmas Eve. We turned around. We broke up Christmas Eve. My dad, he died quick. Like, he was good. He was playing checkers and cards and stuff with the family the night before, from what I heard, because I wasn't up there. 2 days later, my mom told me that he jumped up out of bed and said, I can't, some heart or something don't feel right. He laid back down, he jumped back up. And then my brother-in-law had to carry him up the stairs, and long story short, he ended up going to the hospital, and he just got worse, and they were just telling Mom that that's a very sick man. He's a very sick man in Atlanta. So the doctors here they weren't doing real thorough stuff on him or whatever. But he ended up passing in Atlanta. But she came to the funeral. We were still good all the way then. She was sitting. We were talking about getting back together. She said, she still wanted to have my kids. So we made the appointment to the fertility doctor and everything. Went there, and I already told you about that. We were still, but we weren't having sex. I'm not gonna lie about that. We weren't having sex. We were doing everything. We were kissing and just regular stuff. But that was it.
So the way I read the notes, you were angry about the way the family treated your father.
Oh yeah.
You were
That's
angry,
not a secret.
You were angry about the restraining order.
Yeah.
You were angry about...
I wasn't angry.
About what
I didn't
was
say nothing about it.
what you and your attorney had discussed as far as the scoring of the points and all.
Yes.
And so what I'm trying...
I didn't put that in the letter, but
It was in there.
it was?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I wouldn't know that unless you put it on a piece of paper.
Okay.
And so that's what I'm trying to gather is all of these factors what drove you to go there and just say, I've had enough? She's trying to ruin me?
Basically. I just feel like we've been through so much together, and you trying to kill
another man?
Yeah, that, and you don't give a damn about me, basically. And you don't care about my mom. You know my mom lost her sister, her husband, and me, basically. I mean, you have no respect understand where I'm coming from, man. If you put yourself in my situation,
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get you to put me in your situation so I understand it.
she was over my mom and dad's house. Me and her were living together. We stayed 5 minutes apart. She would come over to my parents' house every Sunday, watching football, basketball, and eating dinner. My dad died, okay, that was cool. I mean, it wasn't cool. But she was, like I said, she was supportive of my dad. But I'm like, you know what my mom's going through. For the attorney to tell me, he told me that he asked her, you know he's facing prison time. Do you want him to go to prison? She said, I have to think about it.
Carla said that.
Yeah.
I can see that being very hurtful, especially with somebody you're trying to have kids with just a few months ago. I can see that.
And you're not even... Let me tell you something, man. I'm going to be honest with you. That is hurtful. But what I did today, I made the biggest mistake of my life.
Explain to me why it was a mistake. You said it just let's backtrack and go. If you could change today, what's the first thing you would do? What's the first thing you would change?
I wouldn't even go to the gym.
Okay.
I wouldn't even going up there.
Let's say you went to the gym. What would you change from the gym? Would you have still shot her? No.
That's what I regret. Damn. I can't even, do you hear what you saying to me?
No, I'm trying.
You said what you a shot her.
No.
That doesn't even sound normal to me.
It isn't normal.
It isn't.
But it happened.
That's what I'm saying. It's not normal. But it happened.
But you put 15 rounds in her, walked away, and then came back and put the 16th round in her.
So we're
I
trying
put how many rounds in?
16.
16 rounds. There was
But
16
literally, you
cases
unloaded
on the ground.
the firearm, and I guess as you were walking away, you realized there was one more in there. You walked back over to her and put another round in her.
That's what the video showed. There were 16 cases found on the ground.
You don't remember reload a magazine or anything?
No.
Yeah, because you didn't. You
No, I
got
didn't.
that gun until it was empty.
No, but I mean, once you
Did
got...
I really unload all of them in her?
I mean, I assume, was the firearm they got off you in the
Can
car?
I see?
Was that the
It's
same
going to be hard.
So here's the deal.
Can I see the video?
Not right now.
Okay.
But I will tell you this. A lot of times when officers get in shootings, they're asked how many times did you pull the trigger, and they say 1 or 2, and it turns out they shot 10, 12, 13 times. Because after you pull the trigger the first time, you don't remember pulling it the rest of the times. That's possible.
So,
Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I did not know what I pulled. I still don't even believe you. It's hard for me to... I'm not saying you lying. I just can't believe you.
Scout's honor. I wouldn't lie to you.
I put every round in her?
Every round.
Yes.
You did.
So, my question about that is the firearm that they got off you when they stopped you at the Circle K,
Is it the same?
is it the same gun?
It had to be, yeah.
Is it a Glock or is it
It's a Glock 19.
Glock 19?
Are you familiar with the magazine? Do you know what size magazine you have?
17. The old 17.
It should hold 15, and one in the chamber would be 16, but yeah, that's how many casings we found. So that's about right.
So
Do
when
you
you,
remember later pulling the magazine out and going, it's empty?
I swear to God, I don't.
Is it, I don't know, did you ever reload it? Do you remember
No.
ever reloading your gun?
No.
so there should be an
I left, and I just took off.
Well, listen, when you went back to the house afterwards, right, you saw your cousin, forgive me if I'm getting the family members, but I'm pretty sure she was your cousin,
Mm-hmm.
and your aunt and uncle.
Female?
Yes.
Yes.
And your aunt and uncle were there fixing the door from where we came into the house. What gun did you fire then?
I didn't fire another gun at the house.
So there was
There
some
was
neighbors.
Because my cousin asked, she was like a thin black girl, right?
Uh-huh.
Pretty. She asked me, she said, Kennon, can can I talk to you? I said, no, I can't talk right now.
Well, y'all hugged and stuff, right?
I don't even think I hugged her.
She said you hugged her.
We probably
told her
did.
that you loved her.
Oh yeah, I did tell her that, but I don't remember hugging her. But
She hinted around that something bad had happened, and you said, yeah, I did something bad today.
Yeah.
She hinted around that, and you told her, yeah, you did something bad today.
I said, yeah, I don't.
I assume that's how you cut your finger getting into your bedroom
Mm-hmm.
through the window.
Through the window.
So what were you going back in the house to get?
Liquor.
Liquor. Okay.
I couldn't. I'm gonna be honest with you on that one. I went back in to get my liquor, but I saw my liquor was gone. Everything was confiscated.
We didn't take any liquor. I don't know where that would have gone. Maybe it got moved, but we didn't take any liquor. So, Kennon, I'm gonna backtrack back just one more time to, leading up to going to the gym. It was a corroboration. I mean, a whole bunch of things. It was her treating your family, her family treating you and your family unfairly, wrongly about your father's death. It was her pursuing this issue with the restraining order and not letting it go. And you hear that she's possibly got another guy.
Yes.
All of that had to factor in.
Everything.
And then that's when you said, I'm going to the gym, taking my gun.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. We met at the gym, like you know,
Yes.
3-4 years ago.
And she's there every day.
And I was going every day. I had stopped going.
Yes, all the guys knew you too. That's why they said they had nodded, said hi to you, or gave you a head nod when you walked in.
You talked to the guys too?
Everyone in the gym, yeah. I'm telling you, they all think you're a great guy. They nodded their head, and when they said, I can't believe what
They
I
probably
said.
didn't even understand what they saw.
No.
Half of them probably shit themselves.
There was one guy in there that
Because
said
they know we were together. They used to see me call a kiss and they're coming in together and all that.
That's how we knew who you were. Because everybody in the gym knew you.
If she hadn't been so dismissive this morning toward you, would you have shot her, you think?
I can't. You gotta hear what you saying to me. I gotta let this process. Would I have shot her?
I hear
Well,
we've
that's
been dealing
what
with
we're
it all
at.
I've
day.
never shot nobody until today.
Right?
Well, what we're trying to get at
Lord have
is
mercy.
when you left your house, had you made your mind up that this was not going to pursue anymore, she wasn't going to go to court tomorrow, you were stopping this. That's what we're trying to find out. Is that, in your mindset, is that what you were thinking when you left?
No, I didn't. My mindset was not to go to the gym and kill her. No, I'm gonna be honest with you. That was not my mindset.
Why walk in there with a loaded gun?
I had a gun.
Because you can't work out with a gun. So why walk in there with a loaded gun and sweatpants? It just can't be done.
Well, I wear sweatpants every day. I wear these sweatpants every day when I work. I don't wear shorts. But I don't know, man. I did not plan. My mind was not saying, I'm going to kill you today. No, that was not my mindset.
Was your plan
Maybe
to
she-
stop her from pursuing this? Because that's the way it reads on the papers.
Stop,
Stop her from doing all this.
basically, I guess.
Because that's how it reads, that you were going to stop her from ruining your life.
Basically.
She wasn't going to ruin your life.
I even-
Sit back
I
and
said-
smile with another man.
Yes, I said, if you read the paperwork, I said we're going to either both win or we're going to both lose.
And what does that mean is my question.
I was willing to walk away, but she wanted me to. She didn't care if I went to prison and everything. I wasn't gonna go to prison and everything, and she's footloose, fancy free.
With another guy.
Yes, and living her life, teaching school, being happy.
Right, so we both win or
But
we
we-
both
we-
lose. How did
yeah.
she lose then? That's my question. That's the gun in the gym.
Yeah.
Correct? She loses.
But now you gotta remember, I wrote that after everything happened.
Gotcha. I'm just trying to figure out your mindset when you went in the gym and where we were.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm still, you say round loaded, how many rounds in her?
16.
Everyone that could have fit in that gun.
So Kennon, let's talk about leading up before this, okay? When you had the restraining order, did you own any firearms that the city or the
No.
county took away?
No.
Okay. So, and this is what I was getting to earlier. How did you obtain your firearm?
Off the streets.
Off the streets? Okay. Hey Kennon, the reason I'm saying this is because I know how you obtained the firearm. Okay? And so, like I said, there's a lot of people involved now. And so, it's your opportunity now to tell us the truth. Because we do know the truth. And clearly all we do is run serial on the firearm. We know who bought the firearm. Okay? And we put a connection between that person and you. And that's not the streets. So, you can call it the streets, but when you go to the store with someone, that's not the streets.
No, that's not true.
Okay. Tell me what's true then. I need you to...
He bought it, okay. Like I told you, my father died. He actually got it
Who is he? That's where I'm going.
from my mom. I don't want to say his name.
Okay.
I'm not.
You know we know about the Ruger, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know about the Glock.
Yes.
We know about the intention to buy another Glock.
No, I didn't have no intention about it anymore. As a matter of fact, I was going to get rid of the Ruger.
Well, we've had Rep Wesley sitting in the same chair that you're sitting in.
Just a few hours ago.
Literally before we went up there and saw you at the Circle K.
And he saw you. You came to his house today.
Yeah.
Told you what happened. Told you were like...
He said it was like a lot of people here. Yeah.
Looking for you. Yes. So
Said you and his
Wesley
brother.
sat right there in your chair and told us all about how the guns were bought.
I went up with him, but with the other guy, no. I didn't go up there with him.
Yes. So...
You didn't go up there with who? Wesley?
I was up there with Wesley. I didn't go up there with the other dude.
Who's the other dude?
You know his name?
Oh, we know who he is. I just, right now, here's the deal. You're not supposed to have a gun. Okay? Because of what you were going through. All right? So...
Even if I had a concealed weapons permit, I'm just asking.
But it was temporarily taken away because of all this stuff she was doing. You weren't supposed to have one.
Okay.
So, like I said, you unintentionally drawn some people into this that's going to be in some trouble. So, by you discussing it with us, may or may not implicate them as being part of this. Does
So
that make
that's
sense?
what this is about.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I need you to talk to me about purchasing firearms, how they were purchased, who helped you purchase them, and why they were purchased. And what part did they know about the purchasing of the firearm?
Then now, I'm going to tell you something. They did not know, none of them knew.
All right, so
I didn't even know that I was going to shoot her. They did not have no idea on that one.
you need to tell me who they are, and we need to discuss that again, because you get arrested for getting into a tiffle with your girl. She puts a restraining order on you. You've already done time for having a violation of restraining order. Now she's doing this not violation, but you've already been to jail for this. You didn't want to go back. You wrote a letter you weren't going back. And you buy a gun, 2 guns, with help of friends, and all of a sudden she's been shot by you with these guns. And so I need you to talk to me about the purchases of the guns and how much involvement they had in it, and how much knowledge they knew that you were going to use these guns.
They did not know. They did not know that. I'm gonna be honest with you. They did not. They purchased them for me. I paid them, but they did not know anything about that. Damn, that's common sense. If they known I was going, I'm sure they wouldn't have done it.
Well, we need to talk to the other guy, man. So we talked to Wesley today. All right. He thought he was getting into because y'all bought the Ruger together, he was going to be able to start buying and selling firearms. That was his mindset.
It's the silly mindset, but once he was approved, he thought he could buy more.
Yeah, I didn't want.
So talk to me about it. Talk to me. I'm trying to compare your story to his story, as far as how the guns were purchased.
He never told me about selling and buying firearms.
That's what he told us. He was going to.
No, I swear to God, he never. I didn't know that.
After the first one was bought, he said, "Well, heck, we can buy more, and I can sell them." So, I need you to tell me your version of how the two of you got together and ended up purchasing a firearm.
I just said I just wanted a firearm. My dad had died, you know, and me and Carla broke up. I moved back in with my mom. My dad died January, and for one thing, I didn't want my mom being there because I was driving trucks. I didn't want my mom being there and not being able to not defend herself. First of all, that was the number one reason.
Okay, I can go with that. So.
No, that's the truth.
All right. Where all did you go, and who all did you go with to attempt to buy a firearm?
It was just him.
No, it wasn't just him. Huh?
It was Wesley.
So who'd you buy the Glock 19 with?
Man, I feel like
You do
this
understand-
seemed like shit from a movie.
You do understand that a lot of these questions we already know the answers to. Does that make sense?
So what are you asking?
Because we're trying to find out if that person's lying to us.
Who is that person?
That's where we are. I'm not trying to trick you.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. That's
Do I need to arrest them
no, hell no.
for assisting you in purchasing a firearm when you shouldn't have a firearm?
No.
So
no,
let's
no,
talk
no.
about who they are and why they bought you the gun, and did they know, did they not know? That's where we are.
No, they did not know. They did not know.
Because-
I didn't say anything. I didn't even know. That's what I'm telling you. I did not even know. I did not buy the firearms to say I'm gonna kill Carl. No, God knows that wasn't the reason. The reason was for my mother. But it just, no.
Listen, I believe you about the Ruger. I believe that you and Wesley went to the academy and bought the Ruger to defend your mother. Not only because you say that, but because he told us that. That's what he said.
Yes.
That was his-
Right?
Yeah.
But you had a 22 and a 32. Is that correct? That's
No.
what he said. And y'all tried to go buy caps for it or something, little red, what do you call them, zips or something, zaps?
Oh yeah, the little zips. Just little practice rounds that don't, yeah.
Are they like wax or something? I don't even know. I'm not even familiar with those.
Never knew that.
But,
they could do
but
anything.
you did attempt to buy a Glock 19 from Academy with Wesley. We have that form, right?
Denied.
And it was denied because he changed a bunch of damn numbers on these forms.
But the first one wasn't.
But you did get a Glock 19.
Yeah.
From where?
The academy.
With who?
That's who we need to know. Because when we talk to him, he's better give us the same story you gave us.
What?
Or he's going to jail.
What am I gonna get out of it?
Cooperation.
Nothing.
There ain't nothing to get out of it.
It's the truth. It's to help your buddy not go to jail for assisting you in killing your girlfriend. That's where we are.
Man, I can't believe what you just told me.
But
But I told you when we
started.
started that
Well,
we had an issue that several people were involved.
And she really did.
Oh, she
She's bad. Man,
She was dead before you made it out the doorbell.
In the face. So now we're trying to
Okay.
determine whether or not Wesley was involved in this and whether or not your other buddy was involved. That's where we are.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. None of them knew anything that was going on. They did not. I didn't even know. I just
Let me
I
answer
didn't
this.
say
Answer
anything
this.
or nothing.
Did somebody fill out paperwork to purchase the Glock 19 that you had on you today?
I have no idea. I don't know about that. I didn't.
Somebody filled out paperwork. You know how I know they did that?
Yeah.
Because we're going to run what's called an E-trace, and it's going to come back to the person who purchased the firearm, right? Typically, if people are forthcoming with this, tell us who he is, we go talk to him, he's honest with us, it's a completely different outcome than if we have to go the long way and freaking run all this crap in the different databases and all this type of crap.
Well, his name is Tavares East, and he also bought it from my mom.
Tavares East?
Yes. He bought it for my mom.
Where'd he stay?
I don't know.
How old is he?
He's around my age, I think, about 41. I'm 39. He's 40, 41, 40.
So where did you meet with him, and is he over at Wesley's house when y'all were drinking?
No, he doesn't even, I don't even think he knows Wes.
Somebody you work with?
No, he doesn't even know. He drives trucks, though, but he doesn't even know Wes.
Okay.
Is that the guy that lives at the corner of
I don't know where he lives.
Okay.
That's the
Where did
thing.
you meet-
I don't know
where
what.
did you meet with him at? You just met him at the
He
store?
just drives over to my house.
You talking about the house you stay with your mom now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Drives over to my
Did
house.
you know him before you moved?
I knew him since high school.
Okay. So y'all went to high school together, or you just knew him?
I was like a freshman. He was like a junior.
Gotcha.
He actually used to kind of bully me a
So
little bit.
how did it come about that he was going to buy you a gun? You had money and he had the
I just
ability to
asked
buy it?
I just asked him. I said, man, I need a gun for my mom's house. My daddy gone, man. Will you do it? And he trusted me. He was like, all right, man. Yeah, and I gave him the money to go get it. I said, I can't get it. And I don't think my mom needs to be at this house. You know, 80-year-old woman. She's almost 80.
Were you with Tavares when he went to Sports
No.
Academy to get it?
No.
But you were with
I was with Wes.
Wes.
Yeah.
You actually paid for the gun with
Yeah.
your card?
Paid, yeah. No, not my card, no.
You didn't use a card, you paid cash?
I did, yeah, cash.
So what was
But
the
I'm gonna be
reason-
honest with
What
you.
was the reason for the next gun that Wes was supposed to buy?
Now that I have no idea what he was telling you. I matter of fact, the Ruger, I was about to sell that.
So were you with him? He said you were with him when you went up there the second time and he got declined.
Yes, I was.
So what was the reason of buying one then?
It was the Glock.
To get the Glock?
Yeah,
Okay.
And when that didn't work, you
got
reached
with
out to the bars?
yes.
What high school did y'all go to?
Woodham.
Woodham.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna find out if he's bullshitting about that name real quick.
Tavares East.
Yeah.
Because tomorrow morning we'll know who bought the gun. We're still waiting on it to come back.
But I'm gonna be honest with you, man. He had no intentions of knowing what I was. I didn't even know. Seriously. He didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, Kenan, so really that's what we're here for. I mean, clearly what happened was on camera, okay? Everybody in the gym knew you, so that's not a question. The question to us was why, and the question to us was, were these other guys assisting you in
No.
making this happen?
Now I'm gonna be honest with you, no.
Because, bros will help out your bros, and,
They honest to God were not. I will say that.
okay.
Have y'all reached out to her family? What did they say?
They weren't happy at all.
Well, of course not.
They were under the impression that this was writing on the wall and this was going to happen. They thought you were a great guy, but they did think that you needed help and that we didn't get you help. You needed counseling, is what they thought.
Too late now, ain't it?
It's too late for that. No, it's not too late for you to get counseling, but it is too late to save her because she is gone. But it's not too late for you to get counseling. You have issues with I guess, relationship.
Did you ever tell them about the letter that I wrote about them not reaching out about my dad's death?
I didn't tell them about the letter. It wasn't me that spoke with them. I had another detective call the family and tell the mom and tell the brother that she was no longer with us. She had passed. I spoke to your mom all day long.
What did she say?
She's floored. She said she can't believe it. And that you lived for her and that she understood that she understood that you did it because she knew that you were having real problems with this, but she was floored that it happened. She really was. And that I told her my intent was to make sure that we were able to get you into a room and talk to you without you hurting yourself or hurting someone else again. And so,
That's the problem.
and so she
I have
tried to help
I have
you
no
get
intention
that.
to hurt nobody.
Well, we didn't know that. We didn't know what your mindset was. We just knew that your attorney had told you that you're probably going to go to jail. We knew that you wrote a letter saying that her family was the cause of this, and we knew that you shot her 16 times. That is a lot of anger built up. So we didn't know what was to think of next.
Just going.
Look, I didn't.
No, I'm not saying you're lying.
I didn't count the bullets in her face. All I know is that the crime scene officer that assisted with the crime scene said they picked up 16 millimeter casings off the ground. You're the only one.
And you're not lying to me.
You're the only one that walked in there and pulled the trigger. Nobody else shot any guns. So that's all I know, is if that's what the girl told me. She picked up 16 casings. Now that's all I can tell you. Now she may have mistakenly told me 16 and there was 14, 12, but she told me 16. I haven't gone and looked at the inventory to see what the final number was. But when I originally went in there, that's what I was told. I saw a deceased female laying on the ground, and I didn't want to stare at it too long. And I just listened to what the girl told me. There was no reason for me to sit and look at that.
But you actually went to Pensacola Fitness and saw her. Jesus.
Is that
What about her?
who is it?
Tomorrow.
Just want to make sure.
What, you think I'm lying?
No, yeah. I mean, dude, I got a truck to verify. You know what I mean? I don't think you're lying.
He didn't know, but I'm gonna be honest. Like I told him, he did not. Nobody had an intent. You smart enough to know he wouldn't have got me a gun in his name if I was gonna use it to kill somebody.
We're just gonna talk to him about it. All right.
He didn't. I'm not.
I
I didn't even know it.
I understand.
This shit just hit me.
So does
ain't no excuse, man. It ain't gonna help.
Did you tell him you had the issue and you can't buy it yourself?
No.
So my question is, if you say, hey man, we're bros, can you run up there and I'll pay for it, can you buy me a gun? I would say, dude, go buy yourself a gun. Why can't you buy a gun? That would come up in conversation with an average person. How does that come about for you?
Yeah, that's true.
How did the conversation go with y'all? You and William, you and Tavares, and you and Wesley?
I just told him, can you buy me a gun? I'm paying you the money. I'll give you the money and I'll give you a little extra.
So
Did they know that you couldn't buy your own gun?
I never said that. I just told him if you can buy me the gun, I'm going to give you a little extra, so go ahead and get it.
So one of two things would cross my mind, that you don't want the gun in your name because you're going to do something with it you shouldn't do, or you ain't supposed to have a gun. And I have to weigh in how much you're going to pay me to make it worth my while. None of that come up in conversation at all?
we'll talk to him and verify. You know what I mean? We'll verify what you're saying. I kind of wonder what he's thinking. Did you try to reach out to him today, Tavares?
I ain't talked to him since
Because you know that him and
Saturday. Oh, my bad.
You know him and
Since
Wesley
Saturday.
both are thinking, dang man, what the heck happened? Well, Wesley I know was. We hadn't talked to Tavares yet.
I didn't even know this, but I will say this. Wesley told me I made the damn news.
Yeah.
I do have a question though.
I didn't even know that.
When we got out with you at the store, it wasn't me personally, but I don't have a phone in your property or in the car. So where is your phone?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I threw my phone away. I can't even remember where I threw it. After I did what I did, I was like, oh my God. Did I really do this shit?
Would your phone corroborate your story with Tavares and him as far as, would it tell me that they didn't didn't have any involvement?
Yes, I'm telling you, they did not know I was going. I'm telling you, listen, on Jesus. If you were Jesus Christ right now, on Jesus, I didn't even know I was going to do this shit. It just popped up on me till this morning.
So what kind of phone, if I found it, would it be?
Look, I had an iPhone 11.
Okay. If,
Black case, auto box.
What's the code?
did it have a code?
2195. My last four of my social.
2195.
Yeah.
Hey, let me clarify something real quick. So, you went in there this morning with hopes of, and you took your gun, and your hope was to convince her not to ruin your life.
Basically.
So you didn't want it to be, if it's going to be win, it's going to be win for both, or if it's going to lose, it's going to be a lose for both.
Right.
And by lose for both, her dead and either you dead or in prison?
Honestly, I meant me dead.
So
Her dead. Both
So
of us.
by lose meant.
But I wrote that letter. But you know, I wrote that letter after this happened.
I understand, but still,
Yes.
you
that
went in there
was my
with a
mindset.
firearm and with the intention to convince her not to pursue charges or
Yes.
do any of that for the DV strangulation case that you had going on with it.
Yes.
And then when she was dismissive to you and not listening, you were like, well, fuck, I guess she thinks I'm kidding. You shot her, and then you had every intention of killing yourself. But
I'm going to be honest with you. Y'all shot the shit out of me when you said I unleashed 16, 17 rounds in her.
you did.
I thought it was like 3 or 4.
But,
But I mean, shit.
but either way, dude, I want you to know something, all right? You made,
And I'm not happy about
even
it.
though you shot and killed her, you made the good decision not shooting yourself, because you do have your mother to think about. So even if she can't freaking talk to you face to face like we're talking right now, she's going to be able to call you, or you're going to be able to call her when you're in jail, and that's going to be comforting to her. How many siblings do you have?
2.
You know what I mean? Or you got a sister in Atlanta, and then
Both sisters in Atlanta.
both sisters in Atlanta? Is that where your mom's visiting right now? Is that where your mom's
Yeah,
visiting?
that's what she is.
So, I mean, she's going to be able to talk to you, her only son, which is probably the biggest reminder of your father to her, right? So you made at least that right decision this time.
So, Kenny, we've been going at this all day long, me, him, and your mom. I think that you went there to kill her, and you were going to kill yourself, and you just chose not to kill yourself after a little while. And your mom, she thinks that's probably what happened too. And I think the second part was absolutely the right decision, because there's.
Well, your mom thought you were dead, bro.
She did.
When we called and told her, she's beyond belief happy. Sad what you did, but happy that you're not dead. Because she thought you went somewhere and freaking.
She thought you were in the house. That's why we got a search warrant on the house to go see if you were in the house.
Yeah, I was wondering. I went to the house.
She thought you had shot her and killed her, and you went to the house and shot yourself because of all this. And that's what I think was going to happen too, and you just had to change your heart on yourself, because it is a lot easier to point the gun that way than it is this way.
That is true.
And that's what we're trying to determine, is that what happened?
Well, apparently, I mean, I can't deny that. Yeah, I mean, I shot her. I didn't, damn. It's kind of weird, man. I know y'all gonna think that it's kind of weird that y'all sitting here telling me that she's dead, but I didn't really think that she was. Does that make sense? I didn't really expect her to be dead. But y'all saying I unleashed 16, you unleash 16, 17 rounds, anybody's gonna die.
Well, listen, my goal is just to unleash one. When I'm deer hunting or whatever, I don't want to waste another bullet. Them shits are expensive.
Keenan,
And they kill people, you know what I mean? One of them will kill people.
Keenan, what I'm trying to do is we can't bring her back. She's gone, right? What I'm trying to do is
If we can't bring her back,
I'm trying to learn from you as to what was in your mindset and what you were thinking, so that when when someone else is having these issues, I know that this is what this person was thinking at this time when they did it, so that we can help that person when we come across that issue.
I'm gonna make a long story short, man.
So we can see the signs, we can read the signs, and we can help these people.
I'm gonna tell you all of this.
Because there are many guys out there.
Why didn't y'all go out there and try to help me before this happened?
Do you see why I'm talking to you right now? Because apparently the signs were there and they were missed.
What's the long story short that you're going to make?
We were together almost 4 years, three and a half years or whatever. I wanted us to get married. I wanted us to have kids. I wanted this. I wanted that. I wanted everything to work out. It didn't work out. Long story short, and then she turned on me. Bottom line. She turned on me. Now, I do, God knows, I regret doing what I did. But she turned on me. And this is what really got me. Like I said, when my dad died in January, her people were skinny grinning in my dad's face. They didn't even send my mother a card. Damn me. You don't have to send me nothing. But I think you could have at least reached out to my mom. Wouldn't you agree?
I do agree.
Her family could have at least, my dad was at your house Thanksgiving, you could have at least sent my mom a card, send some kind of condolences to my dad's funeral. And like I said, Carla was at the funeral with me. She was, I will give her that. And that's why I'm, man, dude, she was a good woman.
What could we have done differently that would have prevented you from going to that club and that
The gym?
shooting her? What could I have done as a police officer differently? Because I tried to keep you away from her temporarily. I tried to make sure you didn't have any firearms access to them. What could I have done differently to keep you from going to that gym and shooting her today?
I paid for the damages. I paid for the damages that I caused when I threw the brick through the window. And I agree with the restraining order. You stay away and I'll stay away if you don't want to be with me. Bottom line. But as far as you trying to hurt me,
With another man?
no.
What is the hurt you?
Sending me
To
to,
jail?
yes.
But that was a point system based on your,
The problem
But
is you had a violent past,
that was the reason you were looking at
right?
jail
You had been
time.
locked up for a violent felony before.
You know what's weird about that violent felony? Y'all keep saying that violent. I never did nothing violent.
Well, what was your domestic charge before?
I never had a domestic charge.
What did you go to prison for?
Aggravated, it was aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
That's
It
violent,
was just pointing.
But that's considered
But
violent.
that's violent.
Firearm.
That's a violent felony.
You didn't have to pull the trigger for it to be.
Now I had access to a gun then now.
Yes.
Yes.
I got you, but that was a violent felony,
Yes.
right?
So the point
I'm
system.
thinking violent is if I pistol whip somebody or something like that.
so
It
just-
was wrong, but
Just
And
go
that
into the
was a different
prevention
crime,
mindset, right?
Mhm.
You're a convict for a violent felony.
Mhm.
You get out, and then people are fudging the rules so that you can have a firearm, so that you can then go commit another felony. You see what I'm saying?
y'all acting like I'm a bad dude.
No, we're not. We already told you we don't believe that because everybody that knows you, man, says you're a freaking sweetheart, dude.
I'm
So,
not coming at this to make you look.
I don't
bad,
just
dude.
go around terrorizing.
but
people.
go into
Matter of
the
fact,
go into the what could have helped you,
That's what we're getting at.
right? The system was set up to keep you from getting a firearm, but yet you still were able to get one.
man, I wish I was married and had a family. Bottom line.
I understand.
Yes.
I have no kids. I'm not married.
I understand.
I'm 40 years old.
I understand that too.
That hurts. And all my friends, most of them, have it.
Raising a family and doing
Yes.
the thing, raising the kids.
I don't know where I went wrong at. And that's what I was trying to do with Carla. And she was an older woman too, and she didn't have kids in the family. That's what I was that's what I wanted.
What time of the year was it?
I tried.
Was it February or March when you got the charge on her for the strangulation thing? What was when did that happen?
It was the last day of February, like February 28th.
Is that when you went to jail?
I think
Roughly.
so. Wasn't it? Yeah, like February 28th.
So, how many of the firearms that you purchased did you purchase before that
None.
incident?
None.
So, your dad died December 27th.
No, January the 7th.
Oh, I
We
thought you
buried,
said 2 days after
no,
Christmas. Okay.
no.
He started having problems.
He started having problems 2
Okay.
days after. He was in the hospital, but he died January the 7th.
So he died January
We buried
7th.
him January the
And then when did you buy your first firearm?
I think it was.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't remember the date.
March something?
It
It
was
was
some- it was
after
somewhere.
the,
Yes.
but you see where I'm going, right? You see the appearance.
Right
You got into a domestic situation with her,
Mhm.
right? You were already pissed off at her family and the whole situation. You got into the domestic thing. You bought a firearm, right? You went to with your attorney and the state attorney or however the plea deal was.
You forgot one thing.
What's that?
My dad died.
Yeah.
You didn't
Well,
say
I'm,
that.
I'm
The
I'm
time-
Oh,
after your
okay.
dad. After your dad,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
You got into a domestic thing with Carla. You
Yeah.
purchased a firearm. You took two, actually, and attempted to purchase a third one. Went to the plea, got the plea news from your defense attorney.
I didn't attempt to purchase a third one. I can't let you say that now. Come on now.
You went with Wesley,
Wesley, yes.
and y'all
And
filled
then
out the paperwork.
yes. And then I got Tavares to purchase the Glock.
Correct.
I never attempted to purchase it. As a matter of fact, I was trying to sell the Ruger.
Well, if we just go on with that, then
Mm-hmm.
you you purchased a Ruger with Wesley.
Mhm.
You tried to purchase a Glock 19 and that didn't work. And then you did purchase a Glock 19 through Tavares,
That's correct.
right? So it's kind of coincidental that you got a Ruger Glock 19 and then that didn't work, so you got a Glock 19. You obviously wanted a Glock 19.
That's really the only gun I wanted.
Right, but I mean,
Yeah. Basically,
you
yeah.
still tried that other time to get it, right? I mean, Wesley didn't go in there by himself trying to get it, right?
Right.
He was buying it because you wanted it, right?
He couldn't afford it.
Exactly. So leading up to it, just to kind of lay down the path, you have this family tragedy. Carla's family's disrespecting your family. You and Carla get into a domestic battery thing. Kind of throws you over the edge. You start purchasing firearms.
But I'm
You go to a plea hearing and crap, which, in your own words, pissed you off.
Now,
Because of the prison time, because Carla didn't care if you go to prison or not. Right?
basically, yeah.
And then
That's what
what
crushed me.
was it? What day
Can
did
I-
you go? What day did you go to that plea hearing? If you
I
shot
never went to a hearing.
or you sat down with your attorney or called your attorney or whatever, he laid out the plea deal to you, right?
Was it
I don't remember the dates. We sat together.
But it was a couple
I don't
days
remember.
ago.
It was last time I talked. You talking about my attorney?
Yes, David
Oh
Sullivan.
no, yeah, it was about 2-3 weeks. No, actually, it was about 3 weeks ago. It wasn't a couple days ago. I talked to him on the phone yesterday.
When did you get the Glock 19?
Oh, I had that about a month. I'm gonna tell you this. These guys, I didn't tell them, I don't talk about my business because it's actually embarrassing to say a woman got a restraining order on you and you're going through stuff. They didn't know my situation.
Well, Wesley says that you told him that they were throwing the charges out.
Yeah.
He knew that you had issues, but they were throwing the charges out. That's what Wesley
Yeah.
told us. And again, we haven't talked to Tavares, so we wouldn't know.
But I didn't tell them everything.
Yeah, of
I don't
course.
tell them my whole situation. It's embarrassing.
Out of curiosity,
I mean, yeah, well, they knew about it, yeah.
You don't want to air your dirty laundry.
how much extra did you give Wesley for buying that gun?
Oh, gee. Probably $20.
20 bucks maybe?
Man, why? Detective.
Yes, sir. I told you, Keaton, listen, what I'm trying to do is the next person.
See, you helping out the next person. I want to help me.
But you're helping the next person by
I wanna-
telling me your story.
I want to
So
help
that I
me
can
out.
see, well, I think that, by telling your story, I think that you are helping yourself because people are getting to listen. So they're getting to understand where we are and why we're where we are. And again, we
Man,
can't
they
say
surrounded me like it. They pulled guns on me and everything, man. It was like,
Wesley told you, right?
no, well, yeah, it was like SWAT team, like
Wesley told
25
you he
cops.
couldn't believe you were riding around like nothing was going on. Because
I didn't think, dude, I don't mean to call you dude, but it didn't even hit me that she was dead.
Right. Well,
does that make sense to you?
yes, but here's the deal. When you have gangbangers shooting gangbangers in the projects, it doesn't get a lot of news. It gets a little bit. But you have a girl that's a professor in a college, that's a coach, that's very pretty, gets murdered in a gym, working out.
By her boyfriend that she's been with.
It's top story news in Pensacola.
That's a truck driver.
But when's the last time a female was murdered in Pensacola that you know about? It happens, but the girl that was killed at the Platinum Club, that was on the news forever.
Yeah, I don't even go to. See, that's the thing. I don't even go to this shit. I don't even go to shit like that.
So when you have a shooting and a female,
can I tell you something?
Absolutely.
Think about this. You giving her all these accolades, all these professor, pretty. Well, she was with me. Does that say something about me?
Dude, how many times did I tell you that everyone I spoke to today had nothing but great things to say about
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But something triggered you to end her life today. And like I said, we tried to give y'all a timeout in child terms, a timeout. Don't talk to each other, don't go around each other. Because that's all it is, a piece of paper telling you don't go near each other, don't talk to each other, because nothing can prevent it from happening. It's just a piece of paper saying don't do it.
We had that happen, but we end up getting back with each other.
Yes, and then if he thinks that you're still going to go talk to her and you're still going to go around her, he puts a monitor on your ankle that tells him that you did go around her, but it doesn't stop you from going around her. It just tells him that you went around her, right? So really, we're doing little minor things to try to give y'all a timeout. And then we're like, okay, so to make sure nothing bad happens, you can't own a gun right now until we get this all done and sorted out. That may be 6 months, it may be 5 years. We're not sure yet. But for now, you can't own a gun.
So basically,
we're doing all these things to prevent someone from losing their life. And it didn't work.
Basically, I'm hurting it. I'm gonna make it hard for the next person with a domestic dispute, basically.
No, what we're trying to do is find out. Obviously, you went around the system. You got friends to buy you guns unknowingly, okay? And you had a breakdown. And because you had the gun, you were able to shoot. We tried to prevent you from having a gun so that when you did break down and you did lose it, all you would do is lose it. And then we could assess it. And we could get you some help, get you some counseling, maybe even temporarily Baker Act you until you were no longer a threat to anyone. But
I was never a threat to anyone.
You were absolutely a threat to her. She's dead. So yes, she saw it, the court saw it, and they tried, but we weren't able to stop it. And because we do it in like child terms.
Man, I'll make it seem like I'm just okay. I feel you.
So what we're trying to do.
Do you think I'm a threat to society?
What we're trying to do. You were a threat to her, and she's society. Okay, and now you're no longer a threat to her. You're no longer a threat to society because you're sitting here with us. So now we're trying to figure out what we could have done differently so that we don't, when another person that is with a beautiful woman that has had no real problems in their life, that has a job, has parents that love them, that speak respectfully, believe in God.
You talking about her?
You,
or me?
You and her.
Yeah.
Has a bad day and goes off the deep end. How can we see the signs and how can we prevent it? That's where we are.
Tell them to both come in, sit them down, and ask them, do they love each other, and see if you can work it out.
Understood, but if she isn't wanting to work it out, she's wanting, because what she told a coworker was, we're on a timeout, and I don't know how long that'll be.
She told who?
A coworker.
See, I didn't know all this.
She told a coworker that you guys were, that's how she classified her restraining order on you. We're on a timeout, and I don't know how long that'll be. That's how she...
Talking about this restraining order she had on me now?
Yes. A coworker asked her about it, what was going on, because she hadn't seen you. She said, we're on a timeout. Are you no longer with
How do you
them?
know about all this?
I told you my job as a detective is to go and talk to everyone I can to find out as much as I can about you and her so that I can find you. I'm trying to find out what kind of person you are so that I can determine where I'm going to find you, where you're going to be. Did you go see your dad today? Did you go to his grave?
I went to see my dad May the 12th.
Did you go up there today? Because you drove that way. Or did you ever go? You didn't go by there?
Drove that way. I didn't drive that way today. That's in Quintet.
You went up that way. Earlier today. Much earlier today. I just didn't know if that's where you went. But you just didn't.
I'm
go
trying to
there.
think, did I go to the gas station? Probably went to the, I didn't go.
Because that's where your mom thought you went. So I sent people in there to try to locate you. I'm telling you, and
Y'all were looking for me all day.
all day long. Yes. All day.
I mean, you had to. That's your job.
Because you were at wit's end with her, and you shot her. We didn't know if you were at wit's end with your attorney. You were at wit's end with the judge that was
You say
seeing your
wit's
case.
end?
Wit's end means that you were done with dealing with them. We didn't know. We didn't know if you were angry at her family. We knew that you were angry with her family once we got in the house. So do we need to go sit at their house? Do we need to go all the way to Clearwater?
Yeah.
Do we need to go to the brother's house?
No.
We didn't know.
I'm going to be honest with you.
I think that if they were closer, we would have seen them.
No, I'm going to be honest with you. You should talk to her family and tell them how I felt about the way that they didn't reach out to my father when he died.
They're going to have questions, and I will be able to give them answers. But that's the whole purpose we're sitting here today.
I mean, it's no excuse. I mean, listen.
See, and the reason I got
Dude, do you realize how much
I didn't know that you did this. I saw you do it on video.
Do you realize how much I was crying? I mean,
You understand? I didn't call you in here to sit down to find out if you're the guy that walked in that gym. Clearly you were. You didn't cover yourself up. You were still wearing the same clothes.
I didn't even plan on. I wasn't even.
But my whole purpose was to get your story.
It's not like I went in there to do an armed robbery. Shit, I didn't even.
I wish you had gone in there just to steal money. That would have been great for me. I really do. But that's not what you went in there and did.
You know what? I wish I would have done that. I would have rather steal money too than take her life. You think there's any way I can get out of this?
Get out of shooting her? You're going to have to answer for what you did, absolutely. But I can't say that there's no way of not answering for killing someone on camera. No, that's not impossible. That's impossible. All your buddies in the gym that's known you for years watched you go in there and shoot her. You used your fob when you walked in the door.
Yeah, I didn't plan. I didn't go in there to plan.
So, it was you in the
Does that make
It
sense?
was you in the gym.
I wasn't trying to
It doesn't make sense. That's why we're here. What happened doesn't make sense. That's why we're trying to understand what your mindset was at that time. And that's why I told you, I really thought that you were...
Normally somebody that killed somebody, I would have.
I really thought it was murder-suicide. That's what we were dealing with the whole day long. That's what I thought. Based on reading what you wrote and seeing what you were going through with the restraining order and with potential jail, I really thought you went there to murder her and you were going to go somewhere and commit suicide. 100%. That was what I believed all day long.
I told one of the officers that arrested me, I said, man, why don't y'all just shoot me?
You did tell them that, and that's why I
Why don't y'all shoot me?
still think that those thoughts were going through your mind. You just, again, it is a lot harder to do this than it is to do that. Because this is forever. This is, I'll deal with it later.
Okay, let me get this.
Yes.
This is, you know, the bucket water swab on the inside of your cheeks for your DNA. And it's just a cotton swab, like a Q-tip on each side of the cheek. You willing to consent to that?
Yeah. What is it? I got somebody pregnant.
I don't think so.
I mean, what is it for?
Just for DNA comparison analysis. The date is 5.
DNA? Why do you... No, I'm just curious. Why do you need DNA?
For any kind of comparison stuff on the firearm, any kind of, just any reason why we need to compare your DNA to any kind of evidence that's found on this. So, spell your first name for me.
Kennon.
And your last name.
Farrow.
My name is Detective Attorney. And I'll just read this to you. It says, I'm giving written permission to these officers freely and voluntary without any threats or promises having been made. I have been informed by said officer that I have a right to refuse this search or seizure, which is just your buckles in there. If you're good with me doing that, if you just sign signature on it there. You left-handed? Go 5 in there and 5 in there. I'll do it twice. Get in the hole.
So y'all talk? Do y'all do this to all like homicides or
What do what?
bring somebody in the room for homicides or?
Yeah, I mean that. You know, we want
I
to.
just can't get over this shit.
We want to just get mindset and get, figure out. I mean, there's a
I
reason.
can't believe I made. He was telling me she was a professor, and this and that and all this.
Well, she taught it there, PSC,
She did.
right?
But you gotta. There was a reason why we were together too. I'm not no bad dude.
Listen, man. What do we tell you to begin with when we talk to you?
Y'all, that don't matter. No, y'all say y'all know I'm good. I don't just go around just bothering people. 6882.
But just because you're a great guy, man, don't mean you didn't fuck up. Right? 24, 22, I gotta put the time on it because my watch died and I don't know it. A glass of water or anything? You good? You good for now?
No, can I ask you this? Can you get me off of this?
You want me to trade arms with you or something?
No, I want you to just take this on my own.
Yeah, I can't do that. I will trade arms for you to make you more comfortable or something. If that'll help.
Yeah. That'll work. I ain't gonna look here, man. I don't do this.
Listen, I don't think you are, but policy at this place is
How much longer I gotta be here?
not much longer. You about ready to go?
Home?
Well, you know that.
So I'm about to leave here and go to jail, basically.
Oh yeah. You're at the police department now. The jail's on. You know where the jail's at over here up at Pace Boulevard.
Hold on. Look, listen, all I'm gonna do is just take this off
Okay.
and put it on my right wrist.
Do it.
Okay. All right. Damn, are you shaking? You alright?
I've been going at it, man. Ain't ate dinner, ain't ate lunch. You had us stepping and fetching all day, Bo.
So honestly, man, my freedom I can go ahead and cancel my freedom for a while, ain't it?
Yeah. I don't know what kind of bond a judge will award you or anything like that, but
You think it's possible I can get a bond?
it's possible, yeah. Jesus, man. There we go.
You sure you gotta put this on me if I just...
I do, Bo.
Okay.
Bracelet for both arms.
Alright, that's good.
All right, man. You don't want nothing to drink?
No.
We'll be right back. Hey, when you went there the day before, so if you went there on the 24th and shot her, on the 23rd you went there, but you couldn't get in. Did you just forget your key fob?
I didn't go... you talking about at the gym?
Yeah.
I didn't go on the 23rd. I just went today. Last time I went to the gym was like a week and a half ago. I just went today. Where's this coming from?
Gotcha. This is the rumor that I heard, so I was just trying to follow up on it, double check.
What? A rumor?
Mm-hmm.
So somebody lying.
Sometimes there's rumors and innuendos, right? And you got to come and prove stuff's true and prove stuff's false. But not everything's true and not everything's false, so we just got to follow up on it. So that's why I wanted to come at you. All right. Hey, do me a favor. Just raise your right hand. You swear everything you told us today is true?
Yes.
All right. Appreciate it, man. But the crime scene guy's bringing a suit up. We're going to change you into that jumpsuit because we got to take your clothes because of the evidence.
What color is the jumpsuit gonna be?
White.
Okay.
It's form fitted too, man.
How you doing, sir? I'm here to collect your clothing.
Oh, say what now? I'm sorry.
So I'm here to collect your clothing. And I brought you the white suit.
I never heard of a white suit. Why I'm in a white suit?
Because it's the white suit. I don't know. Whatever they ordered. Alright. We'll start with your shoes and socks. Take some pictures of them. There you go.
D28 Pensacola. D28. Fuck clear.
Sir.
10 at Lansing.
And you have underwear on?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, perfect. Need pants?
Well, damn. I can't really do too much with them.
There you go. Is that the underwear or is that your just pair of shorts?
In my underwear.
Okay. And then we'll need your shirt.
Well, I can't.
We'll figure it out. So, I'll help you out. We'll start with this arm first, okay? There we go. It's alright. So, I'll have a key on me. Hey, you got that key on you? Got it.
ain't gonna do nothing. Promise.
You're good, bro.
You wanna put this in the bag?
Yeah, just throw it in there. This is going to be the zipper in the front, so just step on in like that.
Oh.
There you go. Then you got leg. And these will be for your feet.
Damn, well, I'm gonna go to suicide. A suicide place? Oh.
This is just all we got to give you temporarily. Only take your clothes. We're for the city, man. This is that gives very little money-wise.
Gonna get those on, and then we'll have to put your hand back over here.
Alright. Oh, I'm trying to see how you...
Looks like it's the top right here. Yeah, it kind of opens up right here.
Oh, right. Oh.
Yep. You want to zip that up or keep it how it is?
No, I'm gonna zip it up a little bit. You gotta do that.
Unfortunately, I got it.
Don't do it too tight now, God.
You tell me that every time. I haven't put it on.
Alright, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. I don't want your wrist to hurt.
You gotta close it?
Yeah, they always ask me to close it, so.
Okay.
Hey, this girl that was in the car from Atlanta too, with you, the friend that told you that she got another guy, what was her name?
Maryland.
Marilyn.
I don't know her last name.
Marilyn.
She just said that she was like, it ain't gonna happen. And she saw it. She didn't say she had another guy. She said she saw another car out there. And so I just
You
assumed.
went to, was Marilyn staying with her, or?
No, Maryland she lives over there, other side.
In that same neighborhood though?
No, we stayed in Valencia. She stayed it was a fence in the backyard. She stayed right over across the fence in another subdivision.
Okay.
How much? Hey, can I ask you something? How much room I'm being?
About probably, as soon as I close this door, I'm gonna go tell the patrolman to come and transport you. You ready to go?
Can I go home?
No. Sorry, man.
Can I get a bond?
You'll find that out first appearance, whenever that is tomorrow.
You think I'm gonna get one?
I've worked murders where they get them. I work murders where they do.
For real?
For real.
Damn, I just can't believe you telling me this.
Why?
No, murder. It's just weird
Oh.
me hearing that shit.
Well, you said it out loud earlier too.
Murder.
I mean, how else would you describe it?
Damn, dude. I feel like I killed myself almost.
Well, you didn't. I mean, you're still alive, so you just killed her.
I need somebody I need some counsel. I need somebody to talk to.
I understand.
I ain't gonna. This ain't one of the murders that you see people. You ever seen guys that murder somebody and just they don't give a fuck? Like it is what it. But dude, this shit. I can't deal with this.
Make sure and tell them that when you get to the jail, they have mental health counselors there. They can talk to you.
can't, yeah, I just get this shit. Damn, dude.
Let me go grab the...
Okay, I ain't trying to hold you up.
No, we're good. Hold on. Same as last time. After I get these off, we're going to go ahead and have you stand up. So, place your hands behind your back, and I won't put them too tight just like last time, alright? Hands behind your back. Put them like you're praying. Make it easier on your wrists. There you go.
I think I'm gonna need something for detoxing too. Like, cause I do drink, and when I go wild without drinking, I'll start getting like headaches. They got stuff for that too.
I do know that they have a detox ability there. I mean, sometimes heroin junkies and shit.
All right, that's
you know what I
good.
mean?
No, I ain't trying.
But so when you get in there, let them know, you know? How much you drink a day, you think?
When I'm driving, I don't drink. I drink.